It's the issues that matter most to you. A closer look at current events, just the tip, special guests, and more. Welcome to Let's Have a Fefe, Arizona's longest-running drag live stream. Hosted by Felicia Fefe Minor and Freddy Prinze Charming. Streaming live on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Promotional consideration for Let's Have a Fefe provided by Wigs of a Kind, The Burly Barber, Bone and Basil, as well as our patrons at Patreon. Go to patreon.com/Let's Have a Fefe to become a Fefe patron. Virtual tips accepted at paypal.me/Let's Have a Fefe. Welcome to Let's Have a Fefe.
Hello.
Look at it. I haven't broken it yet.
You haven't fucked it up yet? Good for you. Good for you. So we're on opposite sides, which I don't like looking at myself.
How did that happen? Oh, how did you do that?
I don't like looking at myself. So my mic is right here, and the boom arm covers me up, so I don't look at myself. So,
oh shit!
Welcome to Let's Have a Fefe. This is season 10. What episode?
Episode 5. I did change that.
Oh my goodness!
I know.
So I'm a hot mess, and I am Felicia Fefe Minor, and this is your Wednesday night conversation, and less of a hot mess over this way now that we switched them, because I was pointing whatever. Is Freddy Prinze Charming?
So
Mr.
yes,
US of A, MI Classic for 2019.
Just
and
barely
20
6 more weeks. Barely 6 more weeks.
And are you 21 too? Or
yes, technically.
Oh Lord.
Yep. 19, 20, and 21. Like my age.
Well,
okay,
anyway. On.
So just so y'all know, I finally have control over the things now. So you'll have to bear with me.
You can see the chat now?
I can see the chat now. So I'm gonna be the one that's gonna be pushing buttons and things. So bear with me if things seem a little nuts. So I have to figure out how to do this. Like I have to learn how to do this at some point. So we figured, why the hell not?
So interesting.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
If it breaks, you can't blame me tonight.
I mean, we still can because it's still, but it's fine. We're fine. Everything's fine.
Name on this. Oh my god. Let me not think about it. We'd like to thank our 18 patrons on Patreon, who we owe a lot of things to. Allison, Brandon, Cassandra, Drake Jensen, Casey Starr, Carrie and Corey, Kim, Joan, Jody, Leanne, Nicole, Patricia Mason, Sassy C. Diaz, Shelly, and Sky. Let's see. Special thanks to our friends. Oh, I'm so used to pressing the buttons. We're doing this. So,
you're welcome.
So you want to go to captions and press.
I got it.
The Patreon one. Okay, thanks. Special thanks to our friends and supporters. No, they're not in order. It's how I thought of them. Our friends and supporters: Patricia Mason, Sky, Drake Jensen, for taking the deeper plunge, and we appreciate.
You'll have to take over
so
when
much.
We do just the tip, though, so that you know.
Oh, I haven't even downloaded the pictures. I have to.
Oh my god, Felicia, you had one job while we were doing.
I didn't have any jobs. I was trying. I'm a mess. I already told you I was a mess. Special thanks to Joan of Bobbish. I just messed up. Joan of Bobbish Jewelry and Wood Art.
Look, see,
Guido Martin. Up there. Oh my goodness. And Jeremy Bright of Ripple Phoenix. You can donate to us by going to
This one.
paypal.me
I
slash
got
let's have a Fefe.
it. I got it. I got it. These are not in an acceptable order, so this is
It doesn't let you change the order unless that's something new. But it's
that's
as
stupid.
I came up with them that they are there.
It's fine.
Unless you want to delete them all, create them all, that's your business.
Mm.
Anyway, you can also text LHAF to 602-730-7379 if you show dare. And you'll get show updates when I can remember to schedule them or send them. Ah,
Oh Jesus!
I'm
And
supposed to say
nudes. We'll
something like
send you nudes.
I'm supposed to say something like standard data rates apply, but I don't think people get charged for text anymore, do they?
I don't think so, unless you have like one of those phones that old people get.
I don't even think they get charged. I think
I don't know.
they have
Mm.
unlimited everything. I
I would
thought.
hope so at this point.
Oops. So how
How was
was
your
your?
weekend, Felicia?
Oh, I'm so used to this being. This is so weird. Now, y'all, I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with my hands. Marissa doesn't like me playing with my hair, so
See, this is you. You know, this is a learning experience for both of us.
I have to figure out what to do with my hands because I'll download the things here in a moment. But my weekend was very busy. Let's see. Thursday, what did I do Thursday? I worked on Thursday night because we had a hair show at work.
Mm.
It's like one of my favorite events to go to because I'm like, ooh, I like that. I like that idea too. Oh, I like that makeup too.
Oh
So
God! So Marissa, basically, what you're saying is Marissa's gonna get a bunch of pictures and be like, "Hey, can you make this for me, please?"
who said she didn't?
Oh.
Oh. Mm.
Mm. Mm.
Friday night. I don't think I did anything Friday night. Did I?
I don't.
Ooh, I don't remember. I didn't write it down either. And then on Saturday we went and did the thing. We did sex trivia at Gracie's, which was very interesting because it started out like an itsy bitsy crowd, and then it went.
It
uh,
exploded. It was, oh my God. Like, we thought it was going to be slow. Like, we're sitting there like, oh, this is going to be a slow. We had what, 11 or 12
we have 14
teams the
teams
first
on each
round.
round,
Oh my
or
God. It was
13 teams
crazy.
the first round and 14 teams the
14 on the,
next.
yeah, it was crazy. It was insane, but people
Hmm.
were loving it. It was great.
And
It
then
was
more
so
people
much
came in
fun.
after you had left and said, "Oh, so when's the next round?" And I said, "Oh, we're done."
We started, hey, we go till almost midnight, y'all. Like,
You know how I can tell you're tired? It's because as soon as we're done, you don't stay.
sometimes I try, but fuck, it's been like it. I don't know about everybody else, but like I have just been exhausted lately. Just
Yes.
exhausted. So
Well,
it's
yeah.
rough.
Um, we raised money for free mom hugs, and I drank 4 Miller High Lives for the sake of charity.
Yes, that's why Felicia drinks. Charity.
Yeah,
We'll
it's to
go with
help
that.
charity.
Hmm.
Sunday, I think I actually had the day off on Sunday. Dare I say it?
So I don't think I did anything Friday, and I don't remember. I don't.
I
No,
know
we
I
went to
probably did
Costco on Friday.
something.
I went to Costco on Friday. That's what I did on Friday. That was very
Mm.
exciting. Um,
Mm.
Saturday sex trivia. So Sunday though, Sunday was fun because um
Oh, I
friends
did
of
do
ours.
something on Sunday.
Oh, what did you do?
I photographed a wedding.
Oh, that's right,
Right.
you did. I saw your
Yes. I was
post.
like, God damn it. I know I did something.
So we have friends who have season tickets to Gamage, and they were actually going to be out of town for the show that they were going to go see on
Oh my
Sunday.
god.
And so we ended up, they gave us the tickets. So, and the original tickets were like literally the very last row in the balcony, like way the fucking way. But we got there and they scanned the things like, oh, how would you feel about a free upgrade? Okay. So we ended up in the orchestra section, not far from the stage. And it was kind of cool because it was a musical that
you
I
were in the
wasn't familiar
orchestra
with.
pit?
No, not in the
Were you in-
pit, the orchestra section.
Oh, okay.
But it was a musical that I wasn't familiar with at all. It's
What
a
was it?
multi-Tony Award winner. It was called The Band's Visit, and it was
Never heard
so
of it.
good. I hadn't either. It was about I think it's based on a true story. But it's based on and it was an Egyptian band that ended up in a wrong town because of pronunciation issues in Israel. So it was supposed to be like a good faith trip kind of thing. So you had an Egyptian band. They were supposed to go play at like the Arab Cultural Center or something in this other town, but because of a pronunciation issue, they ended up in this little podunk town in the middle of fucking nowhere. But the music was amazing. It all had like it was
so it has
very
a soundtrack, you're saying?
It was it's great. Listening, actually we listened to some of the soundtrack in the car on the way home, and frankly, I actually think that this cast was better than most of the people on the original soundtrack.
Whoa.
But it has very like Egyptian flair. It's got like that type of music. It was fantastic. And one of the cast members who played Khaled, his voice, oh my god, his voice
Phenomenal.
was like warm honey.
Ooh.
It was like, oh my god, it was absolutely beautiful. It was so good. So I highly recommend, if you've never seen it and you have the chance to go see it, go see The Band's Visit. Everything about it was absolutely amazing. It's relatively short.
Is
It
that like a
runs
5 out of 5?
Yeah, absolutely. It runs just barely like 2-ish hours, maybe slightly under. There's no intermission because there's really nowhere to put it. So it just runs straight through. Fan-fucking-tastic. I highly recommend it. It's like watching a movie.
I have had issues.
Well, okay, you have issues, but
I can stand and watch a play.
But I highly recommend it. It was such a wonderful surprise. Like, with something that I had no expectations going into it, because I'm like, I don't know what this is, but I'll go see anything. So I'm like, oh my god, it was so good. And the music with like the Israeli flair, the Egyptian flair, like it was just absolutely amazing. I highly recommend it. It was so fucking good. So that brings us to the tip. So tonight for the tip, and this tip is inspired by our last sex trivia, where I guess Felicia was having a conversation with a couple of folks that wanted to know more about cock rings.
I told them to ask you, but I never saw them approach you about this.
Was it
but
scary?
it was
I was scary.
It was that couple that was sitting up front that wanted, because he kept insisting that because he's well endowed and high performing, is what one of his words were.
Christ.
That he.
That couple, the couple that was sitting on the bench.
Yeah, and I was like, she was like, well, I want him to try a cock ring, and I was like, well, you just won, you could get this one. She goes, well, I don't want him to be mad. I'm like, well, that's a good part of, good sex is good communication. She goes, oh, and I like had like this weird conversation.
What? She was surprised.
Did you not see her standing over there for a minute? Because I was like, oh my god, I can't believe.
Why in the world was she surprised that one of the key things to good sex is communication? Actually, no, never mind. Thinking about the dude, I know exactly why she was surprised. Never mind. Never mind.
And so, just to put this in context, uh, it was a classic. Guy was totally, uh, he was on the edge of douchebaggery and cocky all at the
He
same
was like
time.
the typical like bro dude. Like he was like
Yeah, he was
that
like,
dude
"Well,
bro. Like,
my stuff doesn't underperform. I'm high performing, if you know what I mean."
sure,
And
you think so?
I was like, "Well, she's over there asking for a cock ring, so that
Right.
must mean that you need something."
He
Because
thinks
she,
that he's probably the dude that thinks that he overperforms because he gets off real quick.
ugh. Well, all I can tell you is she did not want to get the cock ring because she was like, "I might offend him." I was like, "Oh, so it's not that
Oh,
big."
girl, I'd be like, if you're worried about getting a cock ring because you're worried you're going to offend him, you need to bounce the fuck out. Like, I guarantee you will probably have
Yeah, I
better
was like,
sex with
"There's."
a
So
tree.
red flag automatically was communication was a surprise for her, and
Jesus
she was
Christ.
afraid of offending him in the bedroom. And I was like, "You might
Yeah,
all
so
these red
folks that are
flags. You're
listening, that's a red flag. If you are surprised that like the key to good sex is communication, yeah, go away. Run very far away from that relationship and
immediately."
learn some shit because
I mean, I couldn't tell her that, but I was like,
So because of that, tonight we are actually going to talk about cock rings.
let me see.
And cock rings pretty much have not a whole hell of a lot to do with things like high performance or whatever. Like it's not gonna. So there's a ton of different styles. There's different types. There's some that are just like rings. Some have vibrators. Some vibrate. Some have clitoral stimulators. Some are adjustable. Some are worn around the base of the penis. Some are worn behind the testicles. Some are worn around the testicles. Some have perineum or like prostate stimulators. And cock rings, especially ones that vibrate, you can
Mhm,
absolutely wear them on things like dildos. Ones that vibrate,
mhm.
ones that have like clitoral stimulators, you can totally wear them on dildos and they will do things. Shannon's doing a really bad job at keeping my dog quiet. She's currently sitting on my couch and
Horrible.
I
I have
terrible,
never heard the I have
terrible,
never heard the dog in all my episodes.
terrible. So, what cock rings are intended to do is they're designed to number one, enhance pleasure for the person wearing them. Because when you increase blood flow to an area, you make things more sensitive. Um, it can prolong erections. So if the guy that thinks he's a high performer is done in like 3 seconds, then this may actually help him a little bit. And it can help you from ejaculating too quickly, which is another good thing. And it can actually help you alleviate kind of that performance anxiety. Like you don't have to worry about whether
Mhm.
you're going to like if you're nervous, if it's, if it's a new partner or, something along those lines. Like it can actually help with that. So it can actually kind of reduce that stress. Um if you wear a ring that goes just around the testicles, that actually makes them more sensitive to touch. So if you like having your balls played with and things like that, if you put
Mm.
the ring around the testicles, it can enhance that, make them more sensitive. There are a bunch of different materials. The more stretchy ones that you find are going to either be silicone or TPE, which is the thermoplastic elastomer, which I don't recommend for internal toys, things that are insertable, but for a cock ring, probably okay. I just wouldn't recommend reusing it a lot. Eh. And then things like metal and steel and things like that. So
What is
there
this?
are I sent you pictures. Do you have
Yeah, but I
they
looking
can
at
they can help a guy have multiple organizations.
autocorrect is fucking with you.
So if you'd like to have multiple organizations, please buy a cock ring.
That's all it takes? Jeez.
Oh,
Uh,
and they're
is that
cocktail
the
rings too. They're cocktail rings that can help somebody have multiple
yes, yes.
organizations. Thank you,
My
Suzette.
goodness.
Um, do you have the pictures?
Yes. So can you see the one that's on the screen over here?
I can't see.
Um,
Oh, so that's one style. Yeah, you can throw that up. That's one of the styles. So we do have some different type of styles. So this is one. This is made by Tantus, and they call it a cocksling. And this one is actually designed to go behind the testicles with the sort of the lip side, like the part that's shaped like a tongue that's supposed to face backwards, and is designed to stimulate the perineum, or for all y'all, people out there, it's the taint. They
what?
do come in sizes, Juan. I'll get to that. Hang on. They absolutely do come in sizes. These actually have two different sizes.
Hmm.
So another style, let's go to any of them.
Hold on.
Oh Lord.
Oh, oops.
That's fine.
I'm messing things up. Oh my god.
Oh my God. So I'll get to the how and things like that, but this is an adjustable metal cock ring. So it basically works almost like handcuffs. So this would go around and you would click it to make it smaller, basically. This is
Hmm?
not for beginners.
You what
This,
now?
I'm going to say this again. This is not for beginners. If you've never used a cock ring, do not use a metal ring.
I may or may not have, but I don't think I play with anything like this.
Right.
Look at
Go
you.
ahead and
You
throw another
fucking
one.
me up. You fucking me up. Look at
Oh my
this.
God.
Or what did somebody say on Saturday? They're like, "You're so pleasant and so nice," and I'm like,
Mm.
not really."
So, all right. So while you're figuring out pictures, we can talk about how to wear. So these are some of the metal ones. They are different sizes. There's smaller ones. There's like a medium size and a larger one. So when it comes to sizes, if you're new, I would go with something stretchier. Screaming O, the brand actually sells a pack that come in 3 sizes. So there's a smaller one, a medium one, and then a bigger one.
That's
The
the
smaller one,
brand name?
obviously, it's called Screaming O. Mhm. In fact, that we've actually had a few
Wow.
different toys given away that were Screaming O brand. But
Mm.
the smaller one obviously is going to be tighter, the medium one a little bit less tighter, and then the larger one is still going to be tight, but not as tight. So
Do they
if you're
sell them
going
in a
to
set
wear,
like this?
yes, I just said that.
Oh, sorry. Wasn't paying
Uh,
attention. You're welcome.
So, Suzette, when it comes to cages aren't really, they're sort of cock rings, but they're generally designed for chastity. So it's not
Mhm.
really the same sort of thing. Um,
But
so
you
okay,
could
I'm
mix
going
it
to talk
in,
about,
yeah?
you can,
Mhm.
but it can be a little bit of an issue if you're in a chastity cage with a cock ring. Like that could be problematic.
Yeah.
So how to wear a cock ring. So if you're a beginner, you're going to want to start with something stretchy like silicone. They can be, you're because they can be stretched. They're not going to be as tight, and in a pinch, you're going to be able to cut it off if you need to. So these are actually some of the Screaming O toys. You see, there's a 3. So there's 3 different sizes. They come in a pack.
Mhm.
There's a couple that have like the different vibrating things, like the peach one. That one's not gonna be like super tight. It's more about the vibration sensation kind of thing. The black one with the rabbit vibrator on there, that's gonna have like the clitoral stimulator plus 2 rings, one that's going to go around the shaft, the other one that's gonna go behind the testicles, and then you have a thicker one with a bigger bullet on it, which is going to give you stronger vibration. And the ring is going to be a little bit tighter. So, all right. So if you're a beginner, you're going to want to start with something stretchy like silicone, because trust me, just don't learn to walk before you fly. Okay. You're a good idea would be to trim like lower belly hair and your pubes, because especially if you're wearing something that is like silicone, it can pull. It can, that's not uncomfortable. I mean, it's not comfortable. You don't want to do that. It's not.
Ooh.
Yeah. If you are putting it on a penis and not a dildo, then you want it to be, the penis should be semi erect. You don't want it to be fully erect, You want it to be semi-erect, and you don't want it completely flaccid, because the idea is to restrict blood flow. And if you try to put it on a fully erect penis, that could be really uncomfortable and kind of difficult too when it comes to maneuvering. So you want it to be sort of semi-erect. The parachute.
I've never heard of this.
Parachute?
Suzette,
What has a parachute?
I don't
Why would you
think
need a
I've ever seen it.
parachute?
Why does the cock
On
ring
a-
have a parachute?
I'm very confused. I have no idea. So make sure that if you're putting it on a penis, that the penis is semi-erect, not fully erect, and not completely flaccid. You want it somewhere in between. Make sure you use lubricant. Water-based lube is always going to be your best bet, because it goes with everything. So water-based lube, always. If you're using a condom, put the cock ring on before the condom.
Oh, really?
Put it on before the condom. So,
Okay.
because otherwise you're going to try and put that over the condom. It could
Oh.
tear the condom. Like you don't want to do that. So put the cock ring on before you put the condom on. If you're wearing it around the base of the penis, so you have the penis and you have the balls here. So if you're wearing it around the base of the penis in front of the testicles, you're going to want to slide it down sort of right there where the shaft meets the testicles a little bit. You're going to maybe have to do a little bit of adjusting to make sure that any loose skin isn't going to be pinched. So you're going to have to kind of it's just like anything. Like you learn how to put a harness on, if you're going to use like a dildo or whatever, you learn how to put a harness on so that it fits properly. It doesn't pinch any skin or whatever. Same thing with cock rings. So you're going to want to make sure that you kind of adjust, and that's what the lube is there for.
Okay, hold on. Parachute update. Hold on.
Parachute is attached to the cock ring, wraps around the testicles like a cape.
What?
I'm still confused. I've never seen that ever.
Okay,
Never.
time
And
to Google.
all the don't Google yet. There's still pictures and stuff.
You let me know when to switch.
So make sure that you adjust it so that it's comfortable, so that when you're going to be moving around, you're not going to have a bunch of your skin won't get pinched. If you are wearing it at the base of the testicles, so behind the testicles, up against your abdomen, you definitely want to start while you're more flaccid, because otherwise you're going to have a hell of a time trying to get everything through the cock ring. You're going to want to basically put everything through the ring. You're going to want to stretch it around so that it sits at the base of everything, that it's and it's up against your abdomen. Again, lube, and you're going to want to make sure you adjust it so that things aren't going to pinch or pull or do anything that's going to be uncomfortable. As a beginner, make sure that you're not wearing it for longer than about 30 minutes or so. You want to, it restricts blood flow. So the longer you wear it.
Wait a minute. Marissa, we just said that. I don't know about you, but you don't have to. Never mind.
Was it cock rings, that especially the ones that vibrate, can totally be worn around toys? I've totally done it.
This
totally
black one. This black one right here.
The black one, the peach one, or the purple one. On any of them, honestly, could be worn around a toy. Especially if it's silicone, because silicone will actually conduct the vibration. So there's that too.
I'll be right back. I'm just kidding.
One of the things to remember is, if you are a Suzette, hang on. Apparently, I have to go look at my messenger. Oh, those. Okay, I was like, a parachute. What are you talking about? Those.
Is it like the one that we haven't shown
I don't
yet?
think of it. It's not really a parachute. It's more like a collar. I don't think of it as a parachute.
Now
so
you need
it's
to
designed.
Send it to me.
I know. Hang on. Oh my god.
I'll look on this one.
I got it. Hang on. I'm gonna send it. Maybe. Okay, I sent it. I think of it as more of a collar. It's designed for things like stretching. It's like it's more of a fetish thing than just a standard cock ring. Basically, is what it is. So Metal cock rings are often worn as part of like kink or fetish gear under clothing. Again, not for beginners. Um, they, you find it happen. You see it a lot actually. Um,
I have not. I'm so innocent and church
so
going.
they you who are into leather gear and things like that, they will totally wear it under their gear. They will totally wear it under their jockstrap. And it's basically, it's one of those things that, you know, if they're ready to go, they're ready to go. It can actually help if they're wearing a jockstrap or something with a pouch, putting a wearing a cock ring, especially if it's a little bit larger and adjustable. It won't restrict a lot of blood flow, but it will kind of help push things forward to give you more of a package. So there's that too. If you know, if you want to be able to kind of show things off, wear a cock ring. Not one of the super tight ones, but if you have, there's pictures of metal ones, other metal ones too, I think, or whether it's just those 3 that I put on there.
Just the handcuff looking one and these 3.
And just those. So even those, like the larger one of those can absolutely totally be worn. If you want to kind of give things a little bit of a push forward, if you happen to be like a go-go dancer, if you're a stripper, if you're something along those lines, and you want to be able to kind of fill out your pouch a little more and want to have like a better sort of presentation, you can actually wear one of the larger metal cock rings around the base of everything. So you want to put it behind the testicles, and it kind of pushes everything forward and gives you more of a package. But you can also, and there should be another one too. There's another one that is, it's an interesting shape. It's not round, that one. So this is one that can be a little interesting as well. This one, so the way there's the 3 holes, this one's super stretchy, but the 3 holes, so it's designed to fit around everything. So your testicles are going to hang out the hole on the bottom. The shaft is going to go through one of the holes on the top, so it's going to fit, but it's going to basically kind of squeeze things so that your testicles are going to be more sensitive, and it's going to restrict the blood flow to the shaft as well. You can also wear, and that's, and some people really like being super sensitive, which if I'm super sensitive, I'm like, whoop. But you can get a similar effect to this by wearing multiple rings at one time. So you can actually, if you wanted to like get the 3-pack with the different sizes, you could totally wear the 3 different rings in different areas if you wanted to. You could also put multiple rings around one spot. You can like, so there's all sorts of different things that you can do, but you need to get the hang of using them.
Start slow
first before
see you on the news.
Right. And as far as size, so basically you want to figure out what the diameter of whatever it is that you're putting, whether it's a toy, whether it's your penis, you want to figure out what the diameter is. So just measure around. And you want to go maybe slightly
like people
smaller.
with penises know their.
You would think so, but not always.
Or they're just so into overperforming.
Right. If you ask him, he probably thinks he's like 8 inches around something like but if you get like the stretchy ones that come in like a pack of 3 or with different sizes or whatever, then you'll actually be able to play with them a little bit and see what works, what's comfortable. And again, if you're new, I do not suggest going for the metal cock rings right off the bat. In case there's an emergency, like there's any numbness or anything like that, you need to be able to get it off quickly. And if there is an issue, things like silicone and stuff like that can be cut off with scissors if need be, where metal cannot. That takes a little bit more.
Ooh, wire cut or something.
Like if you're if you're just figuring out how to use a cock ring, definitely go for one of the more stretchy ones. But there's all sorts of different styles. So you're definitely find something that will work, something that you enjoy. There are ones that have like the cock ring, and then like the one, like the Tantus one that has the bit that goes to stimulate the perineum. There are actually cock rings that are attached to insertables to stimulate the prostate. So there's all sorts of fun things out there. It's just a matter of looking around, because you never know what you're going to find and what you're really going to enjoy. And I will make a note that trans men can actually wear cock rings too. You have to be a little more creative when it comes to finding them, because you need to find like smaller rings, and often the smallest ones in the package may or may not work. But there are other like silicone and rubber rings and things like that out there that are used for different things that you can technically use, but it is going to depend on the amount of growth and or surgeries that you've had or that they've had.
That's what I was going to
In
say.
order
I think it
to
varies by
figure out,
person, doesn't it?
it will vary, absolutely. And if you don't have any growth, like if you are not on hormones and you don't have any growth, it's not really going to work that well, because it is kind of dependent on having some growth, which generally comes with the hormones. So if you're a trans guy or if
Please
you're trans
advise to
masculine,
see a physician or doctor, something.
if you are trans masculine, if you're a trans guy and you're not on hormones, there's a good chance that you probably won't be able to find anything that will work. But if you are on hormones and you do have some growth, or if you've had a meta or anything along those lines, you can totally find small rings out there that will work as a cock ring. It just means getting creative. So,
Huh.
yeah, I know.
Hmm.
I know. You learn something new.
Interesting. So we didn't update the news, but I'm on the Google News page, which usually grabs, because I look at like random bullshit through the
I don't
news.
think we did these news things last week, though.
Did we not? Okay, well,
Mm-mm.
I just want to let you know that the people that the killers of Aha, I always say his name wrong. Oh my gosh. And it's not any disrespect, but the killers, the racist killers of Ahmad, is that how you say his name? I messed it up. Arbery's.
Oh,
There was
Ahmad Arbery.
yeah, and so there has been evidence brought forward that is clearly racist and violent. In this article, it's just a little bit detailed about things that we already knew that may push things along that we can just
They've
come on,
already
let's
been
go.
sentenced to life. What?
I know, but they found more things, so
Are they going to be
I can't.
tried again for something else?
Um, I don't
Because
know. That's up to
they can't.
that's up
I
to
don't
the
think they can.
FBI. I don't think they can do that though.
I mean, if it's a new trial for new charges, they can. They just can't
Oh,
like
do you think they
do.
would? Oh my gosh, do you think they would? Let's see. Let's go down this list.
Oh, Lord.
Um, did we talk about the riots?
Nope.
Riots last week?
Nope.
So the January 6th riot panel is uh, subpoenaed Trump's top aide,
Nope.
which makes me think, are they getting closer to Trump?
God, I hope
Just
so. I
maybe.
hope they fucking
Just
figure shit out and
maybe.
nail him to the wall.
And anybody correct me if I'm wrong, but I did not see any follow up for what's his daughter's name,
Ivanka or whatever the fuck. Yeah.
whatever her name is. I don't know. It's not important, but she was. I have not heard anything about that follow up conversation, so I wonder if. There's a bill going around to ban lawmakers from trading stocks, which I think
Good.
is a good thing because often lawmakers make laws so that they benefit, even though
Of
they,
course they do. That's 100% what they do.
even though in
Absolutely.
some cases, like Donald Trump, he signed it over to his son, but did he really? Not really. It was still his. Um, And speaking of such, the prices, oil prices are predicted to go up if
Of course
Russia
they are.
enters the Ukraine, which has been a huge talk this week because they are still thinking that Russia will.
And that'll
So
be exciting, because as the world police, then we're going to have to get involved, because we can't keep our noses out of anything.
You're right. You're right. You're so
Has
right.
nothing to do with us, but we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna be the world police
Biden
and get
has
in there.
already asked Putin to come back to the table and talk things out. So we'll see how that goes. But unless it's changed in the last like 2 or 3 hours, because that's how the world works. But yeah, that was the political stuff that I had last week. Um, you have anything to add to that?
I do not know.
Um, so this last week or was this the week before?
No,
Anyway,
this was last week.
it
We
doesn't.
didn't. I don't remember mentioning this at all.
Oh, okay. Beyonce is now a Oscar award nominee for her song "Be Alive," which is for the movie that is the biopic for Venus and Serena's father, and how basically he raised them to stardom, I guess, to be star athletes. But and that stars Will Smith, I believe. I haven't watched it yet.
I
Um,
haven't seen it.
I thought it was on HBO Max.
It might
Maybe
be.
that was. I think that's the
Haven't
reason
seen
why I
it.
haven't seen it. But I think that's great. I think that's wonderful. Especially, she definitely last year made her voice heard that she was like, "Fuck the Grammys. I'm moving on to something else." Um,
Um,
something more prestigious, I guess. So that's wonderful. Um, a 12-year-old black girl made a Black Lives Matter swimsuit for a competition and refused to change when an official said she'd be disqualified.
Good
And
for her. Fuck
I
that shit.
believe she got more than just the little gold medal that they had promised her. I
Mm.
believe she's been on like almost 50, 60 stations doing
Oh, I'm
interviews
sure she has
already.
at this point.
So,
I'm sure she has
I
at some point.
mean, it's okay. Just call out your local people and let everybody know that they're racist.
I'm all about that shit.
Oh no, I have to
Ah.
pull up more pictures. Hold
I
on.
know. It's fine. All right. So, in continuation for Black History Month, we're going to go ahead and keep talking about um oh, look, porn. If anybody wants some porn, here we go. Got lots of porn
Oh, I wonder
happening.
if I block it this time, will it lock you out of the chat? You block
Um
it.
I'm going to
So if you
try.
go three dots,
Do I
just
block user or put them in timeout?
no, block the user on YouTube.
Block user on YouTube. That's exciting. Okay. All right. What's that? Oh. Okay. Let's see if that works now. I don't know.
Oh, they disappeared.
So to continue our Black queer trailblazers for Black History Month, we've got 4 more for you this week. Up first we have Barbara Jordan. She was an attorney and a civil rights activist and was the first African American to be elected to the Texas Senate in 1966 and was the first African American from Texas to be elected to Congress in 1972. She was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 1994 for her work as a political trailblazer. And while she never really talked about her sexual orientation, she was very open about her partner of over 30 years, Nancy Earl. 30
Wow.
years.
Hold on. Sorry. You can go on to the next one.
Okay. Next up is someone that should be fairly familiar to pretty much everybody.
And if
Marsha
not,
P.
get a book.
Johnson. Right. If you don't know who this is,
We really can't be friends at this point.
So Marsha P. Johnson would tell people that the P stood for pay it no mind. She was an outspoken trans right activist and is heralded as being one of the key folks involved in the Stonewall Uprising. Johnson and Sylvia Rivera helped form Street Transgender Action Revolutionaries, or STAR, which provided housing and other support to queer youth, to homeless queer youth and sex workers in Manhattan.
Wonderful.
Do you want me to keep going?
Sorry, I'm just trying to keep up. I'm trying to open these
Yeah,
and.
fine.
Which one are you doing? Okay, that one. Believe this is the right one. You can see it now. So is it the right one?
Yes.
You're not allowed to just laugh at me now.
So this is Miss Major Griffin Gracie, and she's actually still alive. This picture is, I think, fairly recent. It was either, I think, this year or last year. This picture was taken. I believe it's fairly new.
One of her
She
anniversaries.
is, yes, she's a trans woman, and she has been at the forefront of the fight for trans rights for years. She has faced homelessness and incarceration throughout her life, and in 2005, she joined the San Francisco-based Transgender Variant and Intersex Justice Project as a staff organizer. Later, she became the executive director, and she helps lead the group's efforts when it comes to advocating for incarcerated trans women, which is something that is so needed. She has often spoken out against the prison system, which she says contributes to the incarceration of transgender individuals, particularly trans people of color and those with low incomes. Abso-fucking-lutely. She is 79 right now, and she is known to many as simply Mama. She lives in Little Rock, Arkansas, and continues to be a very vocal activist.
Yes.
And last but definitely not least is Ron Oden. When Oden was elected mayor of Palm Springs in 2003, he made history by becoming the first openly gay African-American man elected mayor of an American city. Which that's not like, not only was he gay, but he was black too, and it's like, holy shit. Following Oden's historic election 17 years ago, the Palm Springs City Council made history once again. In December of 2017, it became America's first all LGBTQ city council, if you can believe that.
I'm moving to Palm Springs.
Although if you think about the population of Palm Springs, they're pretty much all just old gay men.
Yes.
Old gay white men, really.
I'm okay with that.
I mean, it's I mean, that's still pretty, I mean, it's still a pretty big deal, which is sad because these things really shouldn't be a big deal at this point. But
somebody posted on Twitter last week about how when is this not going to be such a big deal, and I replied, when your history books reflect the same color as my skin.
Yup.
So
when the history books include things like Black history and LGBTQ history as just history.
Yeah,
because that's what it is. It's just
you have
history.
to like do deep research to find, history. I mean, 2020 was a weird awakening for me. So, yeah, just can't believe it. You don't have a COVID update in here, but I do see that it says
I changed the numbers.
Vaccinated.
Yeah,
Get fucking vaccinated.
The numbers are finally dropping.
Yes.
Here, finally, which is basically a result of more people getting vaccinated, more kids getting vaccinated. So, frankly, get fucking vaccinated. Oh, that's exciting.
In COVID news, I heard on the radio this morning that Disneyland is allowing people there, whoever is vaccinated doesn't have to wear a mask indoors, as well as outdoors. I think, I'm not sure. Check Disneyland. I don't keep up with their business, but I heard it. And then cases dropping, but death increasing. Oh,
there were only 3 new deaths reported today so far.
Here, that's scary. Also, Coachella is removing all restrictions. I guess
Coachella. Fuck Coachella. If people are still going to Coachella, fuck you and fuck the artist that keeps signing on to Coachella. Because if you don't already know that the basically the owner of Coachella has donated I don't know how much fucking money to anti-gay all the things. Like, stop going to fucking Coachella. Stop it. Stop it. Stop giving him your money, because it's just going back to all sorts of organizations and groups and things that are anti-LGBTQ. But, you know, it's fine. And I still can't believe that there are like that the artists keep signing on for it. I'm like, what the fuck? Ugh.
Oddly enough. Ugh, just weird. But as restrictions get lifted, it's interesting to see how people act. But there's been things like
we never really had any fucking restrictions here to begin with.
No. So I do see like we have entertainers from all over the country and all over the world, but I do still see some flyers where like wherever it's lifted, but the bars have said mask required.
Yeah.
So I have seen that. So yeah, that's we're kind of in this weird phase though. Are we gonna wait for it to completely die out, or
it's not going to, though? That's the problem. But we need more people to get vaccinated for the herd immunity to really kick in, because what happens is like the numbers drop like this, and then people are like, oh, that's fine, so we can do we can do whatever the hell we want now. And then numbers start skyrocketing again because people are doing dumb shit. Like, stop doing dumb shit. Keep wearing your mask when you're out and about and doing stuff. Like, we still take our masks everywhere. We still wear them in grocery stores. We still wear them when we're going places. Like, unless we are outside. And even then, if it's super crowded, we'll still put our masks on. Like, but today there were only about 2,100 new cases, which is better than like the almost 6,000 from, you know, last week. I mean, it's still not great, but
wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
So I had a question that was asked of me, and I don't know the answer. Do we only get one serving of the at-home kits, or are we allowed to like wait 30 days and order more?
That I don't know. I think you're allowed to. I think you can get them once a month. It's I think it's stupid that they're only giving out 4 per household. I'm like, so
you pick and choose who gets to live.
Right. Like,
it's almost like the purge in your own house.
It's so stupid.
Sorry, you can't.
Especially if you've got if you're like us and you have like multiple kids and like people are sick, like it's like, all right, well, who's gonna test? Who wants it?
Wait,
like,
your work sent you 10?
Damn.
Suzette, I might need to get on that train. CVS gave you 3 of the.
See, my partner can get tested at work like super quick and easy for free. Like, they have a little clinic that's set up there. Like, she can go get it done. She usually gets her results either the same day or like the next morning. And she can take home as many of like the N95 masks as she wants. So like, we have a shit ton, which is fantastic. So that's a good thing. And I will be bringing those with me when I travel to Arkansas next week.
Wait. They asked if I wanted one, and yesterday I got a box of 10 tests.
Damn.
Dear employer, I feel undersatisfied and I'm not understanding. Okay, well, good for you. Good for you.
All right, what gigs do we have coming up? We got a lot of shit going on this weekend.
Okay, so on Friday, we're both really busy.
Oh, Shannon, we don't have any. I lied.
Oh, damn. Forgot she was in your living room.
Yeah, shit. Just kidding. We don't have
Kidding,
any
they're
anywhere.
not there. They're at my house.
Nowhere. Right. I put them in Felicia's house.
They're over here in
Fuck.
this junk pile that's been sitting here
Damn
that I've been trying to hide
it.
away. So on Friday, I believe we're
Oof.
sold out or
We
close
are
to.
sold out. We are sold out.
Um, we apologize to those that we told it was like $25, but it's $40.
Price has gone up. Sorry, y'all. My bad.
Supply and demand, I guess. Went black. What went black?
No. Suzette, Felicia has been black. That's not new. That
The screen went black. It's
she's always
Freddy's fault because
been black.
it's Freddy's
I
fault
haven't
because
touched anything.
it doesn't matter. So on Friday we'll be at log. What?
What
Suzette
is a
is all
TI
about it.
key for Friday?
What's a TI key?
I don't know what she's talking about. She might be drunk.
Oh, I already have my ticket for Friday.
Oh, I was like, my God, and Suzette and her. Suzette's autocorrect is. Anyway, so Friday we've got Drag Bingo and Cats, which is already sold out. Saturday, I am heading down for the Drag Story Hour Arizona fundraiser that's happening in Tucson at the Screening Room. Felicia will be up in Prescott.
We'll be going like this.
Opposite.
Two ships in the night. It's her damn phone. Oh my gosh. Y'all are cracking me up. And then, so you're at C7 on Sunday. So we both come back into town.
Right.
On the same day or, whatever. And then I'm not at C7, but I'm at the brunch at Industry. So we're in town at the same time, which is totally weird how that all worked out. Anyway,
I know.
And then you're getting one step closer to no longer being.
So I leave for Arkansas next Thursday. I leave like Thursday evening, Thursday night, get to Arkansas late Thursday. Prelim is on Friday, and then I turn around and come back on Saturday.
I mean, because there's a lot of things to do in Arkansas.
It's what? It's just a prelim.
And because I can't get enough of brunch, I'm going to host or be a part of the brunch on the 27th. Then I'm going to be at Missgate Supernova US of A right after that. And then I'm going to Magic right after that because I can't get enough and I like to torture myself.
Nope.
So if you haven't noticed, me and Freddy like to overschedule, so you can book us today. On the 5th of March, I will be in Payson for the Arizona Pride Tour. And then the dates that follow after that is Ajo, Sierra Vista, and Nogales for March through April. So you can always go to ArizonaPrideShow.org to find out more. And it benefits the Girl Scouts, who better have Girl Scout cookies this next time. Because if they don't, I'm going to be knocking on the door. They're like, where's my cookies?
Seriously. Like, you're raising money for them. The least they can do is bring you some damn Thin Mints.
One box. I didn't say, like, I need a whole, like, $50 worth of boxes. I just need
$50 worth of boxes at these prices today are like 2 boxes anyway. Inflation.
You're right.
Jesus.
You're right. Let's see. I will start working on guests as soon as I get my life together. It doesn't matter if I get my life together because usually I like to book in the middle of chaos. That's usually how this works.
That's how we roll.
Yeah. And then I forget which date I book people, and then they remind me, and it's weird. I think that's it. Can they buy raffle tickets? I saw the prizes on the drag story hour
Um,
Instagram.
I don't.
Remember I
I
asked
think
last
we're.
week?
Oh, I don't know. Ask Michelle. I don't think. I think you have to be there to buy raffle tickets. But
Oh,
also if you're planning on buying tickets, don't forget that you can use the code Fefe 2022 and you can get $10 off of 2 tickets, or you can get $10 off of 1 VIP ticket if you're going to go down to Tucson on Saturday. So do that. Save you some money.
oh wow.
And then you can use that money for raffle tickets.
I know. I saw the pretty baskets. I just want to know if I can buy a raffle ticket for.
No.
I want.
You're the
I
one
don't
that
want to.
decided that you didn't want to be there.
Oh Lord, here we go. People think I follow you anyway, so this is to debunk
Does
that.
it
Going opposite directions.
Oh Lord.
I need to send a picture. I looked at Instagram this morning. There was some this morning. Maybe you missed the deadline, Shannon. Maybe you missed the deadline. Anyhow, thank you for joining us for our Wednesday night conversation. Thank you to those that watch on the replay, and those that watch live. If you didn't enjoy this,
Real quick, before I forget.
what? You
I
made me you let me go through the
I know,
whole
I am so sorry, and
bit.
I just remembered. So I actually on Tuesday, yesterday, I actually went and got my hair cut at John and Jess's new shop
Oh,
down
that's
in
right. I saw a
Chandler.
picture of that.
They're now off of Ray Road. It's like in a little it's like a collection
What?
of it's in Chandler. It's off of like I-10 and Ray Road. There's the men's warehouse that's right there, like where that Circle K is on like 50th Street and whatever. There's a men's warehouse, and like right behind it, there's like a collection of like suites and stuff that have like different like hair things, healthcare, Botox, whatever. They're in there.
Oh,
And they're doing like a membership thing. So it's like a monthly fee, and you can go in and get your hair cut however many times you want to. So it's like, say, I can't remember what the prices were, but say like $40 a month for like a regular haircut. You could go in every week and get your hair cut if you wanted to. I know they've got a
Lord
package
Jesus knows I need it.
where you can like for monthly, you can go in and get your hair cut, you can get your beard trimmed, you can get a facial, you can get like things waxed and things.
Wait, they do facials?
They do facials now. They've totally upgraded their whole experience. So you need to go check them out. Go book your appointment,
Wait a
and get
minute.
a membership. So that way you can keep your hair topped up, like pay it monthly. You can go in every week and get like a fresh fade and shit, because it's worth it. Just saying.
I feel like you're talking to me.
I could be.
That's rude. But I might take advantage.
So
Could you
sorry, I had to
imagine?
throw that in there, guys. I had to throw that in there. My bad.
Are you
Anyway,
done? Are
thank
you
you so much for
done?
joining our conversation this evening. We appreciate you.
Okay, this will be the true test. If you, oh my god, I'm so scared. We'll see you next week for your Wednesday night conversation. Are you gonna do it?
I'm gonna do it. We gotta say goodnight though.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Promotional consideration for Let's Have a Fefe provided by Wigs of a Kind, The Burly Barber, Bone and Basil, as well as our patrons at Patreon. Go to patreon.com/Let's Have a Fefe to become a Fefe patron. Virtual tips accepted at paypal.me/Let's Have a Fefe. Subscribe to the Let's Have a Fefe podcast. You can listen on your favorite podcatcher. See you next week for your Wednesday night conversation. This has been Let's Have a Fefe. Good night.